was the manner in which that words were spoken to me, where silently I questioned myself. All this talk about the all is mind and knowing thyself, interacting with different intelligent energies that acknowledge themselves as one of the 8 primary forms of emotion that we as humans take into form, right? So, what if the nature of a person doesn't actually matter? Follow me on this for a second. And what if the actual part of social acknowledgement in human interaction is when 2 relative energies find harmony with each other? You notice how, like, if you're always a happy person and you're around somebody negative, how you're eventually going to become negative in your viewpoint towards that person, right? But misery loves company. Negative loves negative. Positive loves positive. A happy house needs to stay happy because it's happiness interacting with happiness, not people interacting with people. Are you following me on this? Right? So, when a bunch of people that don't like each other are in the same room and all of the emotions that they are feeling, if they are relatively the same, and if they are relatively authentic emotions, the hatred and the differences and all of those things that they usually have with one another will fall off the table. People will offer things to one another again. People will be more genuine to each other again. And so, one of them has a thought in their mind that spirals them into a different emotion, and then everybody's treating each other with discord, disharmony again. Have I made a point? Because I think I made a point. I think I just took notice of something. And I'm wondering what you would classify with the word spell work. Because when you open the book, you have to call something that is either deep within yourself or deep outside of yourself. And the angels and the demons, you have to manifest the microcosm and the macrocosm. And those things take alchemical equivalents to manifest the work. And sorcery, I've always been, about how producing the fires of the angels and the demons from within the self. And I've figured enough about metagenes and stuff like this to know that the word sorcery comes from the word source. So there's correlation that the powers I'm looking for are in the path working trees. The question is, I don't know how many tree systems there are. I'm learning that which is hidden is equally that which has yet to be revealed. So meanwhile, as I'm going every direction I can on YouTube and in books, it's everything that's still not being mentioned that I'm concerned with. So far I've tracked 3 trees. You've got the tree of death, you've got the tree of life, and you've got the tree of knowledge. But there might actually be up to 8 trees. I'm not sure, but as far as the code phrases and correlations for the word path working, the highest number we have correlated with the word path is 8-fold path. And subsequently, the rune involved with the 8-fold path is multicultural. So, for all I know, I might have to spend the rest of my life going through different mental initiations and surviving them without losing my soul or my mind, just to make one fucking object levitate with my fucking mind. Like, oh my god. This has nothing to do with my original statement, but just for bullshit's sake, I've been listening to a lot of people that bring up necromancy, here or there. They're like, commune with the spirit. You want to commune with the shades of the dead and things like that. Nowhere in any of those things where they're talking about necromancy am I hearing them teach us how to do the Haitian zombie spell, or what drugs and what combinations can invert a person's personality inside out. They didn't even mention that the DMT that you collect from plants can also be found in a human brain, and that if you extract the DMT out of a human brain, you can experience all the memories and emotions of that person. Now, if people want to talk about necromancy, but they don't want to teach us anything about necromancy, it's kind of weird. It's kind of pissing me off. Anyway, I should probably chill out. I need to go get some weed. Let's move on to the next tab, shall we? Check this out. Hey, sorry about last time. I'm entering new states of consciousness that my mental faculties are being tested to their borders. So, I wanted to bring to your attention that I have kind of figured out a couple of leads as to why sorcery itself specifically on an exact basis and the occult. Um, Now, breaking this down between masculine and feminine counterparts, I'm not exactly sure if all of the blame can be placed on the Western occult society for their bullshit viewpoints on quantum mentalism, but, the moment we find out that the archetype of the word power can be accredited to the dragon force, and that dragon current energy is, in all stereotype, the secret to power. However, in a Western world, with all of us with our thumbs up our asses talking about it endlessly and doing very little with it, on the other side of the world, many people are using dragon energy in their everyday life, and yet, uncompared to us, they talk about it so little. So they practice dragon energy more than we do, and we talk about dragon energy more than they do. So, what happens when quantum mentalism meets Shaolin, or Tai Chi, or Qigong? I'm close, my friend. I'm very, very close. And when I find it, I'm going to run my mouth to every fucking person on this planet. And I'm going to destroy the power dynamic forever.
How nice. Isn't that nice?
The catalyst that all of this pieces together. And I believe the missing piece of the puzzle, the final piece, has something to do with the tree systems. I have learned through my wisdoms that in this life specifically, it is everything external to you that is not being mentioned that you need to remain focused on. Therefore, the collective has rendered 3 tree systems. You have the tree of death, you have the tree of life, and you have the tree of knowledge. It is my theory that this is where the path to power truly begins, but it does not end. They allow you to believe that after you complete the tree of death and you obtain your immortal body, you then work in the tree of life to obtain your grace, right? And then you go into the tree of knowledge to obtain your sorcerer's fire from Hecate. I believe, hyphenating in the word belief, that there are 8 tree systems altogether. Hence why the correlation of the word eightfold path. Hence why there is also correlations to left-hand path, right-hand path, and crooked path. Crooked path referring to the lightning bolt being the symbol of ascension. I believe there are 8 tree systems. And if you can complete all of them without losing yourself, you have obtained demigod. But like I said, I don't have all of the details to my left hemisphere quite yet. But when I do, will be a reckoning.
Indeed, there will be. Okay, the Fox has one more message to show you all, and then this live stream, for now, will end. Now, let's talk about the punchline, because putting this new information in y'all's hands is what's really going to help make this manifestation. Okay, 1 second. It is right here.
Well, something fiery is definitely in me today. I can tell, I can feel it, and things that usually make me uncomfortable, I'm finding to be delicious right now. Like anger and wrath. But why am I posting this? Oh yeah, that's right. Not even like an hour ago, I got some information that it's actually possible to consume a soul, and that it's one of the lost arts. I'm guessing it was buried for good reason, but yeah, you can actually consume a soul. And as soon as I read that, as soon as that popped up to me, I was like, you know what? How delicious would it be if I could actually eat every person who intends to hide truth relative to magic from me? It's like, because obviously, if you're going to withhold secrets from the world for your own personal gain, if the whole world be damned in the name of your self-importance, then you're obviously so self-important that the world won't miss you if anything happens to you. So I was like, ooh, how dangerously delicious is that? I might have.
You're welcome. This is the Blair Fox, signing off.